All right. So let's just rip the band-aid off. I'm not even going to put the mic on my shirt, mainly because of two reasons. One, I don't feel like putting in the time or the effort to do so. And two, I'm pretty sure that this jacket will get in the way of that. So we're not gonna deal with it. But we are here to talk about Strangers Chapter 3. Of course, my name is Daniel Strunk. Welcome back to QuickTime Reactions. Strangers Chapter 3 is the concluding film in the Strangers, guess we'll call it like reboot, origin, um, trilogy, that once again stars madeleinepetsch, Gabriel Basso, Eva Horvath, Richard Brake, as well as a whole host of others. In this concluding trilogy, or in this concluding film in the trilogy, I should say, Macy is still on the hunt for the rest of the strangers. However, the strangers might try and coax her onto their side. Who will end up winning in this little fight of the minds, shall we say? So, these stranger movies, everyone's favorite horror movies, I've heard, right? Everyone loves these movies. Of course, I'm talking absolute, lies when I say that. This new Strangers trilogy has been met with apathy and maybe a little bit of anger from everyone else in the world, but not me. Now, I am not saying that these movies are A-tier horror. I'm not saying that at all. I am putting this in like C, low C, high D horror, where it's like, and I've said this in the past, you can go back to my Strangers Chapter 2 review on this. Everybody needs a starter horror series to get their foot in the door. Because once you get somebody's foot in the door, that's when the fandom starts and it goes forward, they're forward. And that's what I've been seeing these Stranger films as. Starter horror movies. They're not too graphic. They're not that scary. They have a couple of jump scares, but not too many. And they're easy enough to understand. And I'm just going to say it. If you hated the first two, my guess is you're probably not going to like this one. Because it's pretty much the same for like 1 and 2. It's fine. Acting is fine in this. The direction by returning director Rennie Harlan is solid. The script, written by our two Allens, Alan R. Cohen and Alan Friedman, is, again, solid. Kills, again, not that bloody, not that gory, which makes the horror nerd in me very sad, but I understand why. But that's pretty much all it is it's fine. But I am going to get into some little spoilery details in this review. So if you are interested in going to see this movie, maybe see it on discount day. That way you don't waste like too much money. Or this is like one of the few times where I'm like, wait till it comes to streaming. Because if you don't want to pay money for it, that's fine. That's 100% fine. If you still want to see it, just wait until it goes to streaming. But if you do want to check it out in the theater, I'd see it on discount day. That's just my opinion. All right. Little bit of spoilery details. This actually may be my favorite out of the trilogy. Now, before you go typing your angry comments, I have my reasonings as to why. The backstory that was starting to be fleshed out in 2 continues in this movie, and I like that. And there is an interesting dynamic between what I'm going to call the baghead stranger and Macy, where Macy has been slowly but surely picking them off one by one. Started with what I will call marionette stranger, and then I will go to plainly mask stranger. And in response, baghead stranger, um, of course, they killed her boyfriend to start with. And then in this movie, her sister's actually trying to look for her. Not her sister, her. Yes, I think, yeah, it is her sister. It is her sister looking for her. She gets killed after Macy killed Mask Stranger. So I do kind of like the fact that they kind of went back and forth and made things even Steven about them. Killing, each person that they care about. And at the end, for a second, I sincerely thought that Macy would have given in and joined his cause, but no, that did not happen. The baghead stranger got killed, and she took his mask as a bit of a trophy, and that's just basically how the movie ended. Not much of anything else that I can report on for this movie. It's fine. I think the trilogy as a whole is fine. Like I said, starter horror movies. That's what somebody needs to get their foot in the door. And then if they, are interested in seeing more, slowly ease them in to watching more, kind of hardcore stuff in the world of horror. But this trilogy's fine. Like, I'm not going to be pissed off at it like, everyone else is going to be. Like, it's fine. The movies are just fine. Fine direction, fine writing, fine acting. Like, it's fine. And that's really all I got to say about it, is it's fine. But those are just my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts on the movie? Let me know down in the comments below. But I think that's going to be pretty much it for me on this one, guys. Be safe out there. Stay warm out there. And you don't have to worry anymore, because they're not going to make any more of these movies. I think the public will have decided that we don't want any more Stranger movies. If they're this bad, they're not going to make any more. So you don't have to worry anymore. And I will catch you guys next time.